that, huh?
Oh, it made me nervous.
Ooh, Lord.
Oh, what's up, everybody? My name is Cynthia Murray, and welcome to the very first episode with my buddy, Mr. Josh Merritt,
Hey.
all the way from Owensboro, Kentucky.
Howdy.
Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
I like your bandana, man.
Thanks, man. This is a authentic Willie Nelson bandana.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did he wear it?
No, that's what everybody asks because he does that like at his concerts. He brings a bunch out and he'll tie them up and throw them out.
Oh.
And everybody's like, "Did you catch one of those?" I was like, "No, I went to his merch stand and paid like $20 for it."
Oh,
But
so maybe, like, it sat in the back of his tour bus. Does that make it authentic?
I think he might have touched it. I want to believe that he touched it.
He breathed. His merch people breathed on it.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It went through the process at least. So.
Man, it's so good to see you.
Well, you too.
So you've been out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell
Too
everybody
long.
exactly kind of what happened.
I had a knee injury. I tore my ACL completely and had to have that replaced, and
Ugh.
my meniscus I blew my knee out pretty well, and I've been recovering from that.
Where were you when it happened?
I was at Taylor's in Owensboro, and I was playing by myself, and it just blew all the crap, man. It was nasty.
All the hell.
Yeah, it felt like I don't know. It felt like everything fell apart in there. But anyway, I went to the hospital that night, and it happened pretty quick. I couldn't, they pretty much told me, yeah, your knee's screwed up, man. We're gonna have to get in there and fix it. So,
Dude.
yeah, I was down for like a week though, man, and I got back at it pretty quick as far as playing. I sit around for like 1 week, and I know you guys covered one of my open mics.
And we had a great time.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
And I think I had you guys. We're going to cover the second one too. And I remember calling Kenneth and being like, "Man, I'm going to do this. I'm tired of
I'm
sitting at
getting
home."
stir crazy. Dude, yeah, and I saw you a couple weeks ago at the Fall Fest just walking around willy-nilly.
Yeah,
And it didn't pop into my brain
I got my
until
pimp walk going,
until 2 minutes into a scene, and I was like, wait a damn minute. He's walking. It's a miracle. Thank you, Jesus. But, man, just take care of yourself. Because,
I'm trying, man. I'm getting old.
I am too. Jesus.
Starting to feel it.
But man, I'm super glad and stoked that you're here today. I've been chit-chatting with you for like the last couple hours, and
Really
it's been
excited.
nice. It's been good, man.
Been
So you have a new album coming out, and you're working on it right now.
Yeah, we're hoping to put it out toward at least the first quarter of next year. But you start blowing legs out and other crap lands and starts pushing stuff back. But yeah, I'm recording an album at the Compound in Nashville. Shannon Lawson's producing that album, and that's going great, man. We've got it about halfway recorded right now.
That's so awesome.
So I'm hoping. I was planning on like trying to have it at least ready to put out by the first of the year, but with all this stuff, we're looking at hopefully spring, and that'll be cool, man. If I can put it out right before summer, and maybe.
You
Go
give
and promote
something, just keep promoting it and give something give everybody something to look forward to, especially for summertime, man.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. I've heard a couple of things that you've written, and
Well, everybody's been pretty squirrely with me just because I'm kind of keeping some of these songs under a tight hood, and everybody's like, well, what's gonna be on it? I play a few of them out, but I try to be very choosy about playing them too much because I kind of want it to be a surprise a little bit.
Well, you're such a nice dude. You're probably just like, no, I can't play right now because I'm working on my album.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's none of your business.
Right,
Like, back up.
right.
Are you paying for this?
Yeah.
Like, stop. But you're like a senior. you're a nice dude, so I could see you not being like a total butthole.
I try to
about
be
it.
nice. I don't know. I get to drinking again.
The Josh Barrett
difference.
comes out. Well, man, let's do a shot.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
love
you.
it.
Oh Lord.
Well, man,
that
I'm
was
gonna.
god awful.
Oh yeah, it's vodka. It's
Let me have a hit of that. You got anything left in there besides slobber?
There's a gnat in there, I think.
You taking it?
Well, man,
There we go.
I'm gonna let you introduce your songs, and Josh
Okay.
Merritt's gonna do a few of his originals today. We hope you guys like it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Josh Merritt.
Thank you. It's been a crazy couple weeks, and all I do is eat and I don't sleep. 6 months ago my head was big enough to fill the room, and now I'm living on the edge and wondering what I'm gonna do. All late at night my mind's away, and there's nothing left to take from life's mistakes. Now I ain't been no worse or better than I've ever been, but I find myself reflecting more as age wears on my skin, Oh, 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 oh. Now I know what these songs that I've been singing really mean, and the irony of that is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. Remember, no one ever really knows you all alone. Well, then time will tell us all to be as honest as a song. I've been as empty as a tomb, and there's no sunshine when winter comes to gloom. I've come to find the man that's all within me all the while. Now there is no doubt about it that I am my parents' child. My mind is cloud. Oh, 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 oh. Now I know what these songs that I've been singing really mean, and the irony of that is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. Remember, no one ever really knows you all along. Oh, but time will show us all to be as honest as a song. Lord, oh, oh, oh. Man, I love that. That's honest as a song. I wrote that song. I woke up. I was having the end of last year. I went through this spell where I was having some really, really bad anxiety, and it was the first time I ever dealt with anything like that in my life ever. Not to say that I'd never been anxious before, but like real deep-seated anxiety and probably some depression too. But anyway, coming through that, I woke up one night, and I was feeling really anxious. I'd woke up that way. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I sit up at my kitchen table, and I'd watched the Doors biopic earlier that night, and I'd say a lot of the way that song sits. I mean, obviously it doesn't sound like a Doors song, but I'd say a lot of the way that song sits probably come from that. But what I wrote that song about was a very dark place. But I'm really proud of that song, though. I chose to put it on my album because it fits the storyline of this album. I'm actually planning for this album to be loosely a concept album. So there's a story from start to finish, and it really, I won't go into the story, but it sits with that story really well, and the way that the timeline of that story sits. But speaking of that, I will go into it a little bit. Actually, the I'm not gonna say what this is. No, I will go into it. Actually, this album is kind of about. I'll say I won't say who it's about, but it's about these three people that get together, and this lady is in a car accident and ends up getting an insurance settlement in which lands her a whole bunch of money, like probably 15 grand, and she comes back from where she was when she had this accident, ends up coming home from the hospital and stuff after being really hurt, and instead of like putting that money back or like fixing herself, she gets her family members together and decides to start a drug empire with 15 grand, and it's a true story, by the way. But anyway, I wrote this next song, which is going to be the first song on the album. It's kind of the the intro to this story that I'm telling, because it starts off, they start this thing off, and um, it's kind of almost an adventurous, fun thing when they first started, and obviously they get into the darker sides and darker ends of that lifestyle, and that's kind of where the album goes as it goes along. Is it turns really dark for a long time. But anyway, this is the intro song, and when this was the last song that I wrote for the album. And I wrote it because the whole song is it's a really dark, it's a pretty dark album, pretty slow singer-songwriter-y album. But I knew I needed at least one song for myself when I'm going out to play this thing. At least one song that I could get down to a little bit. And I thought, well, I didn't have really an intro song for the story of the album either. So I thought, well, I need to tell that side of the story. I need to intro this thing out, and I also need a fun thing. Then I got to thinking about it, and I got to talking to some people that were involved with that back then, and they were like, "Well, the thing is, you're wanting this fun thing. Well, I'm telling you, when we first started this thing, it was really exciting. You know, as awful as it sounds, and as dark as that sounds, it was really exciting when we first started it. So it would make sense that you did that." Anyway, this is called "Live with That." I said, "Don't you want to get live with that? Put the money in a big old stack. It's damn true, money make a man act funny. I say that that's a matter of fact. Go run me to the queen of the trap. Flip 30 to a Hyundai stack. The clock struck 1 and we were rolling in funds, but you gotta keep your head on track. I said, young sister Jenny sure came home with plenty. Said we got to get together at 5. She said, I got enough cash for a 1,000-mile dash. Get your ass in the car, let's drive. Yeah, the money they gave me to try to help save me, I think that we can double again. So with 15 grand and a broken right hand, hit the go fast, the pedal, let's spin. She said, don't you want to get live with that? Put the money in a big old stack. It's damn true, money make a man act funny. I say that that's a matter of fact. Go run me to the queen of the trap. Flip 30 to a Hyundai stack. Clock struck 1 and we were rolling in funds, but you gotta keep your head on track. Check it out. Now that plan was a win, so we did it again, but we thought that we'd be doing better. But the powder she's supplying and the nose that she's supplying, keeping everybody under the weather. Then that habit got worse and it left us no choice. We were doing what we had on credit, and that's a dangerous feeling when the people who are dealing are the ones ending up indebted. Ah, so don't you wanna get live with that? Put the money in a big old stack. No doubt money make a man act funny. I say that that's a matter of fact. Go run me to the queen of the trap. Flip 30 to a Hyundai stack. The clock struck 1 and we were rolling in funds, but you gotta keep your head on track. So don't you wanna get live with that? Put the money in a big old stack. Oh, but no doubt money make a man act funny. I said that that's a matter of fact. Go run me to the queen of the trap. Go honey to the Hyundai stack. And that clock struck 1 and we were rolling in funds, but you gotta keep your head on track. Now get back. Oh yeah. Thank you. Oh man, I love that one. We've got to play that one out a couple times, man. The guys enjoy playing that one too. It was fun. I'll do one more off the album here. This is I'm trying to think of a good one, but the one that I really want to do right now is probably Best of Me. I wrote this as a synopsis for the end of this thing, and this is kind of a song that I wrote a long time ago, and I've done this one out a lot, but it's cool the way, like I said, a lot of this album I wrote, a lot of this album I specifically sit down and wrote the songs for the album, but there were a lot of songs that I already had written, that not just to fill in the blanks, but that maybe I didn't write them about this particular scenario, but it was cool how the subject matter fit in with the story that I was already trying to tell. which was the most important thing to me going in to make this album, is I really, really wanted to make a loose concept album and tell one big story, and each song had to tell that story. But it was cool. This is one toward the end of the song after all this stuff happens. This is kind of a forgiveness song. It's called Best of Me. Challenge our love out of boredom and take me to some other place, 'cause I'm too far in to believe you, and everyone lives for the chase. Oh, I used to think we were perfect, oh, but that's just something we say, 'cause nothing in this world is perfect when you know you've gotta play. See, what if we start here again? Well, in a place where we can be true, remembering just what it meant, well, on the day I knew I loved you. See, life ain't no TV show, oh, girl, I ain't playing no role. Look in my eyes and you'll see that I'm giving you the best of me. Now, I never said I was perfect. Oh, I know sometimes I'm wrong, but that doesn't change how I'm feeling. And I hope that you come along, 'cause girl, I know sometimes you're restless. It seems like you always want more. So take a step back from the window, oh, just look at what could be in store. But what if we start here again? Well, in a place where we can be true, remembering just what it meant, well, on the day I knew I loved you. See, life ain't no TV show, girl, I ain't playing no role. Look in my eyes and you'll see that I'm giving you the best of me. What if we start here again? Well, in a place where we can be true, remembering just what it meant, well, on the day I knew I loved you. And life ain't no TV show, girl, I ain't playing no role. Look in my eyes and you'll see that I'm giving you the best of me. I'm giving you the best of. Thank you guys, man.
Oh my god, I loved it so much.
Oh, man.
That second one you played, hold on,
Yeah, let me get some of
a sipper. That second one you played I'd never heard before, and I like was sitting in the back over here just like losing my mind.
Oh man, thank you.
I was like, oh my god, that song is awesome. But what I really like about you, Josh, is that it's really awesome to see how, because I've known you for a couple of years, and to see you progress as a musician and progress as a songwriter is so awesome. And to see
Thank you very much.
I'm really, I feel really lucky to be in this area and to know like you, Andy Brasher, Steve Horning, Theo Kai, so many amazing and talented musicians. Lacey Jean, Jake. Well, I was only saying Jake because I feel like I have to. Jake Holder, F you. And it's just so awesome, man. Like everybody is just growing and only getting better.
It's really cool to see, man. This is a really neat area that doesn't get exposed nationally near enough for all the talent that's going on here. So
yeah, man.
It's cool, man. I mean, I feel like you said, everybody's growing so much. I feel like a lot of us, especially that have been doing it for a while, are knocking on the door now. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're getting there. I don't know. You never know until you know. But
yeah, man.
I feel like we're getting there, man. I feel like we're at the point now where we're we've got some years under our belt and we're at least ready to compete. You know what I'm saying, with the big road. You know what I mean?
It takes it. Well, man. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
It sounds great. I cannot wait for your album to come out.
I'm really excited about it, man. I'm in a weird way, like I'm not excited about it almost like I should be. I'm excited. The album is really personal to me, and
it should be.
I'm just really excited to have it done for myself as much as getting it out to the public as well. Yeah, so
that's awesome, man.
I'm really excited about it. So
thank you so much,
man. Thank you guys for having me. I love y'all to death, and it's always a pleasure just to hang out, more or less, to get to do something like this. So.
Man, I've had some of the craziest times ever. Like I tell everybody about New Orleans, and like that's for another day.
Right.
But let everybody know where they can find your stuff and social media and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the website's pretty much a plug for everything, and we've got everything linked to theirs. It's joshmerritt.com, and we've got future show dates, and we've got a news link on there to keep everybody updated with everything that's going on the album and all that stuff, and yeah, the website's the best place to get all that stuff, I think. So joshmerritt.com.
Josh, I love you.
I love you too.
And thank you so much
Thanks for having me, man. This
dude,
has been
you
really
sounded amazing.
Thank you very much.
I'm so happy. I'm gonna be smiling all day. Check him out, or I'll I have to whoop some ass. I love you guys, and check Josh Merritt out. Awesome. Look forward to the new album.